According to God, the white man is the devil.
You see, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone be. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed it up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Nowhere is gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. See the prophets. So I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I don't step, I'm solid for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
We do it like that and we do it like this. We do it like that and we do it like this. Yeah.
Swing low, Lord, get me out this plantation. I ain't on the block no more, no grams weighing. I don't even bed no hoes, my ribs stay in. Try to keep them humble and never run in the streets. My kids speaking Hebrew, so you know that I teach. It's hard, gotta hold on, trying to keep up the peace. I'm waiting on your son to return and cut off the beast. Till then, I'ma be in war mode and face east. I know I don't deserve a second chance, but I take it. That's why I don't sell dimes no more, and I don't blaze it. Satan still want me back, he gotta face it. Smoke don't touch these lungs, I'm feeling strong again. Lost a couple LBs, even started to jog again. I get suited up now, and I ain't talking about cardigans. Boots laced up in gear, ready for battle. The enemy is listening, Lord, but I ain't rattled. You made a nigga feel it, some niggas scared of their shadow. I'm seeing lost niggas in these groups on the tube. You could've put me with them, guess that's mercy from you. You put me front of Jenna, you're hot and I can't lose. He took a drug dealer that probably should make the news and turned him to a prophet. My family is still confused. It seems they like the old me best. Sorry to say, I ain't gotta drop a old me left. So I pray that the slave master see death every day. I hear the bell toll and hope I'm the one chosen. And when that chariot swing low, Lord, let me roll in.
We're doing this for Yahweh and Yahushua. Go to war for our people like Mordecai. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die, but please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Every day is a struggle just to stay alive. It's dark and hell is hot and I don't wanna feel the fire. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die, but please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Well, come on, come on, come on. Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? What you know about sacrifice? Nothing, they bluffing. These niggas perpetrators, man, God, the shit is disgusting. I put my time in, while they ain't even applying. Through all the pain, hate, confusion, and lying, I take it with the heart of a lion. The strong through the storm till I found a silver lining. Without no pressure, there's no diamonds. I walk straight into the furnace of affliction for refining. Came along with the stash of pills when I heard the sirens getting higher. Hold up, moment of silence. Just a moment, y'all. Yeah, cause that man is dead in deceit. Gain knowledge, found peace, shook the mark of the beast. Only fear God and not another man who bleeds. And if you roll with me, you already know my speed. I come through, give a death, and holler, what up, priest? Then I quit the chop a Christian with ease. Then I go and put the sword back in his sheath. I got one life to live, so I'm playing for keeps. So I be dropping shit like the towers. So all my haters sour, you ain't no cowards. Niggas swear they hard, but acting like they own they flower. You bitch ass nigga, fuck yes up, hold up. Let me regain my composure. I keep the time to the beat of a composer. The end is near and I can feel it getting closer. Praying to the Lord that the angels be my chauffeur. Doing this for your hour in your house. I go to war for our people like Mordecai. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die. But please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Every day is a struggle just to stay alive. It's dark and hell is hot and I don't wanna feel the fire. I'm sorry for my sins and I deserve to die. But please swing low, sweet chariot, cause I wanna ride. Well, come on, come on, come on. Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? Won't you please swing low, sweet chariot? Yeah.
What's up? He said, what's real blurry? Is it good now? Is it good? All right, Shalom Israel, clap it up. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, 1 West 125th Street, New York City, under Commander General Yohana, established in 1969. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We teach the truth according to the Bible. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. Of course, you can see by today's title of today's class. Today's class is about fake love. All right, let's get straight to it. All right, fake love. I mean, if you look on the media right now, we got Papoose and Remy Ma, who are iconic black couple. Very iconic black couple. Remy Ma was a rapper. She went to prison, did about 6 years in prison, got out. The whole time she was in prison, she had a husband who was not only taking care of her, continuously keeping in communication with her, making sure she was good while she was behind the wall, but also taking care of the children too. How many kids they have? Look it up for me, find out how many kids they have. How many kids they have together, all right? Papoose and Remy Ma, M-R-E-M. Y, the M-A, Ma, Remy Ma, and Papoose. Find out how many kids they have. I don't keep up with this type of stuff, but what I do know is that there are a lot of people who covet in these relationships. They covet in these type of relationships. Now, don't get me wrong. Like nobody, we in the ISUPK, we don't want to see failed black marriages. That's not what we want to see in the ISUPK. We don't want to see failed black marriages. We want to be able to see black men get with black women, Hispanic, black, Hispanic, Native Indian men and women, get together and stay together, have children, make those vows with each other, knowing what the commitment it is that they're making with each other, and stay together forever. That's what we want. That's what we pray for. That's what the Lord wants. That's what the Most High wants. The Most High wants blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to make marriages that last forever. All right? So when we get into this, when we talk about covenant in these type of relationships, it's not the part about whether they're gonna last or they're not gonna last that people covet in. It's mostly the type of relationships that they covet in. So a lot of sisters, for instance, they look at these type of relationships like Papoose and Remy Ma.
Even brothers, brothers may see, them and have gone through a long life of being with women that are absolutely terrible, absolutely monsters. They cheat on them and leave them and everything else. Absolutely good men. They're not bad men. They're not hitting on their wife. They're not hitting on their wife. They're not, spending the money on drugs. And they're good men, outstanding husbands. But somehow they seem to end up getting on. Their wife commits adultery. And they see relationships like Papoose and Remy Ma and say, "Damn, man, this is an excellent relationship right here." You got sisters, on the other hand, that see relationships like that, like I said, they go through a lot of different men. They got men that lie to them all day, cheat on them. Cheat as far as cheating, meaning they tell them that they're going to be with them and them only. All I want is you, like Miguel. You know what I mean? And then and they make these promises and they break these promises, which hurts women, breaks their heart, causes all kind of trauma because the lie, lack of trust, things like that. So when they see these relationships like this with Papoose and Remy, Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, they look at these things and they say, "Man, damn, man, if I had a husband like that, who was good, a good man, who was monogamous and only wanted me, this is the relationship goals. This is a relationship goal. Look at them. They take pictures every day. They've been together for 15 years. You see them on this award show. They're together. They got the kids with them. This is like a beautiful fairy tale, right? But the reality of it, that marriage and love is not a fairy tale. Real love and real marriage is not a fairy tale. It's not something that you read about. That's like it's just this phenomenal thing that is just always happiness every day and all love every day, and and all the time just smiling and just enjoying each other. No, man, that's not what's really what love and marriage is all about. All right. So if you're looking at these type of marriages and you coveting those marriages for the wrong reason and think and hold those standards to the men that you're with and hold those standards to the women that you're with, as if these people that you're watching on TV, these celebrities, or that's your auntie, your cousin, has been together 15 years, that their relationship is perfect, and then you see what happens in the end of the day, right? And then they throw each other away like garbage. They throw each other away like old sneakers. Like these sneakers are old. I'm about to go get me some new sneakers. I'm about to get me a new pair of shoes. These shoes, I'm tired of wearing these shoes. I'm gonna get some new shoes. That's what ends up happening. That's what ends up happening. They throw each other away. They replace each other like old material, and that's not love. That's not anything you should covet in. That's not marriage. All right, we're gonna talk about what real love and marriage is, and identify fake love and understand what we should really covet in. Go ahead, Copy. You want to say something? Say it one more time. They bring their brand. Oh, some of the celebrities. Oh yeah, I mean, that's it. It's like a beautiful black family. I mean, Copy. Are we teaching this class today? If you want to pull up pictures of them and their family, if you pull up pictures and post them on there, pull it up on the side, and let everybody. This is what we see. The Ebony magazine. Forbes. This powerful black couple, beautiful black standards. Black. Like the black branding. I mean, the couple. Just the look of it. I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. We've seen it all. We've seen it all these years. He's about to say something else. You raise your hand. Huh? What's up? How many children do they have? They have one child together, right? And then he has other children of his own, though, right? So now you got a black man that's got a child with you, has his other children as well. You made a commitment, you made vows with this man, you married each other, right? In 2016, I think they got married, right? After I don't know, probably, I don't even know how many years, probably 10 years or so of being together. And child he's found this man's an excellent father. He's taking care of kids. He held you down when you was in jail. And then now all of a sudden, you want to go get another husband. You you go sleep with another man. This is again, this is a black couple that we've all, coveted it. We looked at it, we was like, listen, man, damn, he got a girl, she got him a ride or die. She got her ride or die. He got her ride or die. Look at Tiana Taylor and Amon Shumpert. So many women have thrown their man away because their expectation, their Tiana Taylor and Amon Shumpert expectations. They want that relationship goals. We're gonna get into it and find out exactly what relationship goals are. I mean, what is love? Do you know what love is? Do you really love your partner? Are you really looking for marriage? Do any of these things really mean anything to you? Or are you out here just capping? Are you out here just capping all day? Talking about love and relationship goals and how you hold somebody to these standards when your standards are low yourself. You hold these people to these high standards when you don't have those same standards for yourself. And then what it is, you hold them to the standards, and when you get those things that you asked for, you get exactly what you asked for, you're still not happy. You're still not happy. You understand? Which is the situation right now with Papoose and Remy Ma. We would all can say that Papoose was an excellent husband. You know what I mean? Just looking for the things, not just for what we see on the media, but to hold a woman down for being in the jail for 6 years and come out and be with her still, all of these things that we see. And for him to just be, insulted and ashamed by her just going ahead and getting rid of that, getting rid of that. Good night. Yo, that's crazy. Good night, man. The white man, Esau is the goddamn devil. The Bible speaks of. Hey, man, listen. We look at these things. Let's get into it, Caviar. What you got on the screen right now? Go ahead. You got it on the screen right now? If people seeing it? Yeah, man, you can see these pictures, man. You seen it, you know what I mean? We see it. We love these things, man. It looks good, what's her name? Papoose. Beautiful, iconic black couple, man. So let's to these pictures. Let's just go ahead and stop cutting around and stop beating around the bush, all right? Let's see. Start me off first with Romans chapter 7, verse 2. Start it off there, okay? You gotta understand what real love is. So your love is I'm just going to say this is the white man's love. Your love is based on the white man's love. The white man's love is based on selfishness. That's what it's based on. Selfishness. You think that fall in and out of love, and you fall in love. When you fall in love, what happens? You having sexual intercourse. You go on and take vacations. You always with each other all the time. They say you're inseparable. You can't get rid of each other. You got butterflies and all this other stuff like that. That's how it always starts off. It's always like that, right? Everybody that meets a woman, it's already, when you love each other, it starts off like that. It always starts off good. You know what I mean? Women don't, they be holding their fart in, don't want to even fart around you, right? She don't want to fart, take a poop around you because she just, conscious of how you look at her. You know what I mean? And brother's the same thing. He dressing up every day and wearing his cologne, and because he conscious of how she looks at him. And y'all just love each other and stay trying to impress each other and stay trying to, entice each other. And it's always like that in the beginning. And you fall and you in love, right? And then you got this point in your relationship, in everybody's relationship, where you fall out of love. It's just inevitable. It's inevitable. Now she's farting everywhere you go, she's burping, belching, all kind of crazy. You know what I mean? She ain't take 2 showers. She ain't take a shower in 2 days. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, what the hell are you doing? Right? She don't she don't put the nails on or whatever else she used to do before. And the same thing with him. He don't wear his cologne. He lost his job. He ain't making the same amount of money no more. He walk around the house and he smells like he smells, and he just don't do the things. He don't say I love you no more. How beautiful you are every day and every week and every month. You know what I mean? So it ain't the same. You fell out of love. Things, the life happens. Seriousness, responsibility, babies, whoever knows, right? But it just happens. But see, you, because of your false interpretation of love, believe that at this point, when you fall out of love, you can just find somebody else. Hey, hey, it happens to the best of us. We're just gonna go and leave Get another person. You know, it was good while it lasted type of mentality. Because your love is fake love. Your love is fake. You was just getting while the getting was good. That's not love. You understand? You know somebody anytime we think about love or we think about friendship, it never seems to escape our mind the value of friendship and things like that when it comes to knowing somebody's really there for you when you're down at your worst. When you're down at your worst, that's when you know where your real friends are, right? Right? When you down at your worst, when you hit rock bottom, that's when you find out who really there for you. Well, it's the same thing for your marriage. You know what I mean? It's the same thing for your marriage. You find out if you really love each other, if you stay together, if you there for each other when times are bad, when you don't like each other no more, when the butterflies are gone and it's dragons and goblins. You know, understand? You got nothing nice to say to each other. You'll know who really loves you when they make it through those things when you're at your lowest moments. It doesn't change. It's the same exact thing. So why does it now become something different because it's marriage? Because you never loved each other in the first place, and you just want to you're selfish. Your love revolves around selfishness. Let me read what the Bible says. Go ahead and give me what I asked for. All right.
Chapter 7 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law.
It's bound by the what?
Is bound by the law.
See, that's what you don't have in these relationships that we see on TV. They don't have laws that govern their relationship. Because the same laws that they govern their relationship is the same laws that govern their divorce and their breakups. It's not love. Again, you don't make friends with somebody that you believe that one day they just gonna leave you when times get hard, not be there for you when times get hard. You know, soon as you do something they don't like, they turn the other way. So why is it okay now to love somebody and marry them, make vows and say sickness and health, through ups and downs, rich or poor, for better or for worse, if you know that one day that you could just take this all back? Well, that's not how the Bible works. Go ahead, Taziar. You raise your hand. What you about to say? What's up? About what? The scripture? All right, we're gonna get back to it. All right, I'm gonna get to it. You understand? That's your love isn't selfishness. You're being selfish. You understand? Because you're doing what's called what? The pursuit of happiness. You're just going wherever you're happy at. You're happy with this person. You're with them for 5 years. You're happy. Now you ain't happy no more. Now you're gonna find happiness with somebody else. You're with this person for 5 years. Everything is good for 3 years. You're happy. 4th year, you ain't so happy. By the 5th year, you're looking for somebody else that you can be happy with because you're not happy here anymore. And before you know it, you're gonna be married 5 times. You're gonna have 5 different kids or more with 5 different men, 5 different women that you've had sex with and loved and got rid of to go find happiness somewhere else. You're in the pursuit of happiness, and that's selfishness, man. That's not even real. That's not even real. You understand? A wise man once said, you don't pursue happiness. You have to find happiness where you are. You understand? You have to make where you are happy. You understand? Don't go chasing waterfalls, like they say, right? Stick to the rivers that you used to. You got to make sure you get the right things that's going on right where you at, because you keep chasing happiness and you're going to create a deep ditch for yourself. And whether it be the curses that the Lord is going to put on you because He does not agree with what you're doing with creating these different marriages, or it just be the anger in general and how the mess you're gonna cause for yourself. But let's go ahead and read it out. Read it from the top, all right?
Chapter 7 verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
For the woman which hath an husband
Mm-hmm.
is bound by the law.
Bound by the law. Why is he bound by the law? What does that mean? She's bound by the law. What does that mean? What does the word bound mean? Go ahead.
That was my question.
Yeah, like you're locked in. You're connected with this person. You're stuck with this person, right? You're locked. You're locked in. Let me see. Let me look up the Google definition. Let's see. Bound definition is tied, right? Tied or tied up, chained. You know what I mean? Shackled. Like you're locked down, right? You're locked in. She's bound by law, right? And what do we mean by law? Mhm. Go ahead. Right, because the law of marriage is it says that if a woman lie with a man, right, that she's with him, that she cannot sleep with another man, she cannot be with another man. Once you in our culture, in Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian culture, when a woman and man marry, they are bound to each other by law. They have to be together. You understand? Like she cannot leave him, and he cannot leave her. So when we look at the situation with Remy and Papoose' marriage, she's having an affair or being leaving her man and being with another man. And the Bible, of course, says that she's bound to him by law. But of course, if we're going by the love that they all go by, which is our oppressors kind of love, then that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean? That she's just gonna go be with somebody else, and then potentially be with somebody else, and then one day be with somebody else, then another time be with somebody else. And the Lord is gonna be angry. Lord is gonna be angry, and there's gonna be punishment for those actions. Because He said in the Bible and here, you're bound by law. But yeah, there's something else you wanted to say? Go ahead. You asking the question? Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you commit adultery, she's there's no way out. Really, there's no way out. Like, if you get married with a woman and man, the only way for a man to not be with that woman is if she go be with somebody else, where she cannot be with somebody else, according to the law. Yeah, according to the law, she cannot be with somebody else. Right? Exactly. The law of America is different. The laws of America says you have to marry. Not only do you have to marry one woman or one man, right, at a time, or you have to marry one. You're only going to only marry one woman, right? But you can, but you that doesn't mean you cannot have more than one wife. You have to only be with one at a time. So basically, longer the story short, you can leave that woman if you want to. You just can't be with somebody else while you're with her. All right. Same thing for the woman too. You know what I mean? She can be with this man, but she cannot. If she wants to get another man, then she has to leave him first to get another man. But you're not. Say it one more time. They can do it. That's what I just said. They can do it. They can do it. You go and get a sign marriage. You sign a marriage certificate. You put a ring on the fingers and all that. Go before the judge. Yeah, that's what you have in the world. Yeah, yeah. But opposed to them, the marriages that they have in the world, where you can, like I said, you can marry each other, and you only can be with each other. And, but if you do want to be with somebody else, if you say that you just don't want to be with this person no more, then you can just move on and go be with somebody else. But in our culture, you cannot be with somebody else if you're a woman. You cannot be with somebody. You cannot leave your wife. You cannot leave your husband in our culture. You cannot. Right? And if a man wants more than one wife, he can have more than one wife. He has to stay with all of those women that he marries. All right. Go ahead and read what you got. Quick. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Where you at?
Book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 2.
Go ahead.
For the woman which hath an husband bound by law
Mm-hmm.
to her husband.
To her what?
To her husband.
See, that's the thing. She's bound to her husband because at the end of the day, the type of love that exists today. It's like a commitment that you're really making for your own self in the world. You're not really making a commitment to this person that you're marrying. You're making a commitment to yourself. And the commitment that you're making to yourself is that I'm going to be with this person as long as I'm happy. I'm going to be with this person as long as I'm happy. But as soon as I'm not happy, I'm going to leave because I deserve happiness. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be. It's all about me, right? I. And that's not what marriage is about, right? Because in the Bible it says you're bound to your husband. So again, it's about what you have to do for him. You understand? It's about what you have to do for this man. You understand? You're now saying that I'm going to make him happy. I'm going to make sure that he's happy, just the way he's going to make you happy. Right? He's going to love you just like you're going to love him. And this has nothing to do with happiness, right? It's just about your duties, your law of marriage. You understand? So drop that. Give me no, matter of fact, finish that out, all right? Read it from the top so we can get it fluently through, all right? All right.
The husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth.
Yeah, for as long as he liveth. That's real love. That's real love. You understand? In the Isupk Canon Commandment, we teach the Bible. The Bible says that a man and a woman will be bound to each other for life. You understand? They're bound to each other for life. Go ahead and read.
If the husband be dead,
Now, if your husband dies, something happens to him, then what?
she is loose from the law of her husband.
Now she's loose from the law of her husband. She's not bound to him anymore because he's not here anymore. But today, because of your grandma and the counsel you get from your baby sister and the counsel you get from your older sister and your auntie, they tell you the same thing that their pastor told them. Woman, thou art loose. If he ain't making you happy, you're loose from him. If you're not satisfied, then you're loose from him. If he's not doing this for you and doing that for you, then you're loose from him. It's crazy how they're able to tell you that you're loose from someone. They're not able to tell you how to make sure you're with a good man that's going to do all of these things for you. They don't give marriage counseling to teach. Make sure you understand how to choose a man that you're going to be with forever. Because you're not going to have any reason to leave. But instead, they will tell you that you are loose from him. You can go on. And then next thing you know, you're going to choose another man and end up with another man that ain't making you happy. Ain't giving you what you need, and then now you have a stack of divorce papers. You just being loose. Now you're a loose woman. That's all you are in general is a loose woman. You're loose all the time. You wanted to get loose from that man, loose from this man. Now you're just a loose woman. You understand? Drop that. Let me get Let's get into these love scriptures so we can understand some things, right? Let's go straight to First Corinthians, all right? Let's get straight to it, all right? I'm not even gonna waste time. Let me see. I think it's First Corinthians where it says charity suffereth. I think it's First Corinthians. Let's see. You see it? Let me get that in the scripture where it says charity suffereth, all right? Charity suffers. The real reality is this. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go on and on and on in the class. The real truth of the matter is this. Love is suffering. And we all understand that. When you think about friendship, when you think about marriage, the way you're able to consider if this person is really down for you, again, is when they're there for you, when you're down, when you're not doing good, when things are not right. That's what love is about. It's suffering. Suffering, saying, listen, man, I made this commitment and I'm going to stick beside her. I'm going to stick beside her. Things ain't been good right now. Things ain't going well. But, I signed up to be with this person forever. And if you ever be with that person and you know that in the beginning it's all happiness and you get to the point where all relationships get to where it all starts to be hate and fighting, you can do something that no other relationships out there do, and that's stay with your man, stay with your wife, right? And what you'll find is the love will come back, the love and happiness will come back again. But you got to suffer. You got to prepare to suffer. You got what I asked for? Go ahead, let me get it out.
First Corinthians chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Suffereth long.
Charity is another word for love in the Bible. Charity, love does what?
Suffereth long.
Love does what?
Suffereth long.
Suffereth long. Papoose suffered. Papoose was, as far as we was a monogamous man. You know, he wasn't able to get no tail for 6 months while his wife was in prison. That's suffering. You understand? That's suffering. That's going without your natural desires to be with someone and to be able to fulfill that need. Because marriage is about nourishing your marriage sex, right? So you get to a point you got to eat for the wait 6 years for this woman to get home to be with her. That's suffering, man. Not being able to have somebody to rub his back, you know what I mean? To take care, to make him a sandwich, to take care of him, to balance out the kids, you know what I mean? Share the responsibility of raising the kids, doing that all on his own, which a lot of people complain about today. But then you got somebody doing all of these things, and then what happened? You just throw them away. You go be with somebody else because you don't know what real love is. Because real love is doing what? Read it again.
Chapter 13
Mm-hmm.
and verse 4.
Right. Go ahead.
Charity suffereth long.
All right, just make sure you start me off next time while we left off at. All right. Just started right back. What's up? Okay, no sweat. Just type it in the chat next time. Should be on the screen, isn't it? Okay. All right. Charity suffereth long. Love suffers, man. I mean, put it like this. Just think about it like this. Some people, this thing boggles their mind. Like, what do you mean love suffers? What do you mean? So I'm supposed to be with this person and I ain't happy and I ain't getting this and I ain't getting that and this ain't going well for me and I'm just supposed to stay with this person and be with them forever? Well, I mean, listen, put it like this. Think about it like this. When you put it, let's think about the children, right? You have a child, right? What does your child do for you? Does child help pay bills? Does child go 50-50 with you on the rent? Huh? Does the child give you back massages and leave flower petals on the floor and take you on trips to Cancun and and does all these things for you? No. Last time I check a child, all you do is want things all the time. Want food, feed me, take me there, take me there, give me this, give me that. I want this toy, I want that toy. Making messes everywhere for you to clean up every day. Right? It's just a responsibility completely. Now, in that matter, do you just say, you know what, I don't want to be a parent no more because you have to suffer your child? Or do you do all of those things knowing you're not getting anything in return because you love this child? I'm just doing this because I love this child. I know I'm tired of this kid. Tired of them. Every day I wake up, I got to drop them off at school, bring them home from school, get them clean up. They mess, they spilling stuff everywhere. They clean up, got to change diapers. They crying all night. You got to do this, you know what I mean? But I love them. That's the same exact thing. You're doing the same exact thing in a marriage. You're taking care of one another, and though things may not be the way you want them to be or the way they were from the beginning, because you love each other, you keep on staying with each other. You keep on taking care of one another. You keep on providing for one another. It doesn't just stop because things ain't going your way, because the happiness is gone. It doesn't just stop. You just have to go through the hard times. Isn't that what you say in your vows? Through hard and do sickness and health, the good and bad, and rich and poor, for better and for worse. But why is it that these marriages are ending for everything except infidelity? Why is it that these marriages are ending over everything but infidelity? You understand? So again, we trying to get into it. Charity suffereth. Go ahead. And is what? And is kind. Charity suffereth and is kind. Suffereth long. Wait, you say how long is the charity suffereth? What? Long, right? A long time. That's it. You don't just be like, oh well, you know what? I got about 2 more years of this and I'm done. No, you just gotta be together forever. That's it, man. If you don't want to be with somebody, if you don't want to be with somebody forever, don't be with nobody. Don't be with nobody. Just don't do it. What's the sense of you preparing for a marriage that you also know that you can prepare to divorce this person? What's the point of all of this? That's fake love, man. All right, go ahead, Caviar.
Who wants to be my next ex?
Man, the next ex is crazy. That's basically what it is. You looking for your next ex. Dang, the class X. Looking for the next ex. Because these marriages today, they look good on TV. You may covet in these relationships because they look good and they all you see together, and you believe that this man is just with her and they have no infidelity. He's not being with other women, knowing that he's paying all the bills and she's happy all the time. And then you turn on the TV and see that they're separating because it's Tuesday. Then you see on the news it's a new year, new me. So their relationship is over because it's Friday. That's not real love, man. You know what I mean? Charity suffereth long. Go ahead and read.
And is kind.
And is what?
And is kind.
All right, you have to also be kind. You cannot. You in those dark times and those heavy, ugly times. You got to be kind to each other. You got to still find a way to love each other, to be there for each other, care for one another. You have to do it. It's a part of. Of really loving each other. It's the real test of love. Caring for someone when it's hard to. Being there for someone when it's hard to be. When you don't get nothing out of it. Nothing is. You seem like you're being forgot about. Things are not going your way. Still love that person. And by all means, if everyone practiced this, then none of us would go without anything. Because we would all be kind to each other. We would all be there for each other. We would all be in it forever with each other. So you wouldn't lack anything. Taziar, you have something you want to say? Go ahead.
In the world, you can get divorced, but signing the papers and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or get half and half and all this.
Right. Mm-hmm.
With us, I don't know if I'm this much. Unless the woman lays with another man. When she lays with another man.
Are we talking about the court documents and stuff that you just talked about? So now you're moving on to someone else now. So you said the court documents. So the world, you do the court documents like sign papers, all that,
With another man, then I'm no longer.
That's right. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. She's no longer your wife. She's his wife. She's no longer your wife because sex is marriage. Right? Yeah, no, you're not responsible. Huh? Yeah, your kids don't, I mean, that's another thing. And that's what, that's another thing. Like, your kids don't have nothing to do with that. The kids didn't, yeah, absolutely. The kids didn't make this decision for y'all to get together. They didn't make a decision for y'all to lay down. They didn't make a decision for y'all to get married and divorce each other and break up. They didn't make those decisions for you to go be a whore. They didn't make those decisions. So they don't have to pay for our decisions. We still got a responsibility to hold to those children. But the thing is, the responsibility that we have for those children is greater than us just making sure we take care of them. It also means us staying together. That's it, because those children need you and the mother. So a woman should not be with another man. She should be with the man that she's married to. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain this to women.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm me being a male, being a man, I can have once in a while.
Uh-huh.
But a woman can have once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You can. How do I explain it?
Okay, are you explaining to them? Are you explaining it to them to educate them, or are you just explaining it to them so they can understand why if they marry you, you're going to be with another woman. They should accept. Oh, yeah, but I'm saying in general. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
They're like, oh, that was David and Solomon, all these other people that had different minds. That was the old thing.
Right. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I understand. I understand, but I mean, in reality, people are getting married to multiple wives right now. It's lawful in other countries. I mean, other countries they're doing it. You know what I mean? Africa, they're marrying multiple women. In the Middle East, they're marrying multiple women. It's American culture to only marry one person at a time. That's American culture, right? Besides that, you know, our culture, according to the Bible, says that a man can have more than one wife. But it does say that if a woman is bound to her husband till death, that she cannot be, she's bound to him by law, what we just read just now, right? It says she's bound to him by law, and until he dies, she's loose from him. Now, where is it to say that in the Bible about a man? It doesn't. It does not. Because adultery only is when a married woman, sleeps with another man, or a man sleeps with a married woman. So again, a man can be with multiple wives, but a woman cannot have multiple husbands. All right. I mean, as far as all of that stuff about being rich and all that type of stuff like that, I mean, a lot of these men that were in the Bible, besides David and Solomon, had multiple wives, and they were not rich. They were not kings. Understand? They were not kings. I mean, Jacob was not. Saying he had multiple wives. You understand that, right? Jacob wasn't a king, but he had multiple wives. All right, he didn't have all the money. He had to work for his wives and everything else. You know what I mean? To get the money up to get up to the securities wives to pay the dowry or whatever the case may be, right? These wasn't kings. Even yet, and still today. I mean, these brothers down here that got 5 or 6 baby mamas. I mean, nobody's saying oh well, you got kids. Well, I can't be with you. I cannot be with you. You know what I mean? The same way women have multiple baby daddies. So it's somewhere in here. There's poly going on in here somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just not happening the way it should happen because we'll rather attach ourselves to a culture. We'll rather attach ourselves to a culture that allows us to be able to fulfill our own needs and desires, rather than be with a culture that's going to be able to be the best thing for us and help us to not only have long marriages and accumulate long marriages, I mean, stay in long marriages, but also be able to avoid all of the heartbreak and trauma that comes with the lifestyle that they live in the world, in America, right? So, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Let me just get Genesis chapter 2. This is a crazy topic because marriage is really complex, right? You know what I mean? Because marriage, for one, is not going to get. It's another thing that people cover these other relationships in the world. So look at them. They were able to get marriage certificate. And look, she got a ring. Look at her ring on her finger. Look, that's Mrs. Johnson. That's Mrs. Super. And Mrs. Whatever. That's they by law on paper. And look, they happy. It's just dumb. She got her man all to herself. She got him and he got her, and they got beautiful kids. And they every time you see them, they happy. This is possible to have all of these things, but none of those things are really real. None of those things are real. That paperwork ain't real. That ring ain't real. You understand? That happiness ain't real. Neither is their marriage. Neither is their love. None of it is real. We see it over time. Because look, people that we've seen to look up to for all these years, they just throwing each other away. And if the love was that real, and the marriage certificate was that real, and the ring was that real, and all of the things that we've been seeing was that real, then they would still be together. They would stay together. They would not be breaking up. They would not be throwing each other away. Does that make sense? Go ahead, copy R. Say it one more time.
two children staying together until they get.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Understand? Give me Genesis 2:24. All right. That's right, man. We think like children when it comes to marriage and stuff like that, because that's all children live for, to get what they want. You know what I mean? Like, what can I get? I want this. I want this toy. I want that toy. I want this. I want that. And when they don't get what they want, they throw tantrums and how they run away or whatever. That's what these relationships. We don't understand real love. Go ahead, give me what I asked for. Yeah.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 24.
Right.
Therefore, a man leave his father
Uh-huh.
and his mother,
Uh-huh.
shall cleave unto his wife.
Shall do what?
Cleave unto his wife.
Right. Because this is marriage. We become together. We cleave unto each other. It always starts off like this. And this is the part that we do have to counsel. How to find, how to, be in the beginning. Love each other, how to care for one another, each other, and how to, care and consider each other. You know what I mean? The things we'll do for each other to make sure that I'm still, beautiful in this person's eyes, or I'm still, desirable in this person's eyes. The things that we will do for each other to make sure that image of each other and that reputation stays there. We don't ever have to counsel about that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to ever counsel about that. Like I said, women will hold their fart in. You understand? Literally, they'll hold their gas in. You understand? Just so she don't look, a certain way to her husband, because she don't want him not to lose favor in her. Same thing with men. We'll dress up a certain way, or move a certain way, or do certain things, and make certain gestures to make sure that this person doesn't lose favor of us in their eyes. We don't ever have to counsel about how to do that in the beginning. As soon as responsibilities kick in, time kicks in, and you start to see the reality of being together and that ain't pleasurable, ain't favorable, now all that stuff goes away. Now it all goes away. No, that's not supposed to happen. This is the time when you're supposed to really go do those things. This is the time when it really matters. It matters now. This person doesn't see favor in your eyes. Now you have to continue to do more to gain that favor in their eyes. This person doesn't, is not happy with you, or whatever the case may be, or however you may look at it. Now is the time to keep doing those things that you always doing. Saying I love you, giving her, back massages, and whatever you were already doing. It's time to keep it going. Not to say, oh well, man, times is hard. Well, I'm tired, and oh yeah, because it's this day and that day. I don't feel like it. Oh, I don't really look at it the same way. I don't really love it like I used to. Now you just stop doing those things. That's just not real love. That's fake. Go ahead, Kabiar.
So can we start at the beginning not doing those things and then make her do those things?
Okay, can you start off in the beginning not doing those things and make them earn those things? Okay, so like when you think about marriage, the whole thing of marriage is showing your qualities before you get married, which again, sex is marriage. So you're showing each other qualities that you have or values that you have before you get married, before you have sex. So if you want to be a good wife for a person, then you want to show them how much of a good wife you can be. Right?
Like we're going like that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, because nowadays, a woman would give up her pussy before she think about washing and doing anything wifely. You know what I mean? And a brother to not know these things. It ain't just about the action that you can perform for each other. It's about your morals. It's about your values. Your conduct. Like, I'm not, like, for instance, in the UPK and according to the Bible, it doesn't make sense for a man to marry a woman if she celebrates Christmas. If she eats pork and lobster. I mean, that's not wife material. You see what I'm saying? But we don't consider those things, so we don't even know how to be a wife, what a wife is, or how to be a husband, or what a husband is. You understand? And when all of those things start, showing their ugly faces, then that's when you say, "Damn, this is not the person I met. This is not the person I married." You understand? So you want to first be able to know what it means to be a husband, what it means to be a wife. That's the bottom line, first and foremost. And that's why in the Isupk we got a 6-month rule. You got a time that you come into class to shed yourself in the world to become a better person, and you got time for 6 months of courting, be able to know if this person is right for you. All right, go ahead, copy on. Try to do what? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, you want to see if this woman is, like I said, that first time you shut yourself in the world, you got to make sure that they're living according to the laws of God, which is real love, right? Real love according to the Bible. After that, then you want to go into, and then once they're living according to the way that the Lord wants to live, you know what I mean, which is perfection. Then you accord each other. Then that's when like specifics and stuff. Yeah. Maybe you want kids. She don't want kids. Y'all shouldn't be together. No, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're a bad person because you don't want to have kids. You're done having kids. You know what I mean? You need to be with somebody that wants to have kids. Maybe you a person that wants, wants to, have live this certain type of way. This person that's a deal breaker for another person. These are all just like preferences. You know what I mean? Like the real start begins when the laws. You understand? It starts with the laws of God and shedding yourself in the world to be able to be the best you can for each other. Learning what real love is. Love for yourself and love for others, according to what God said it is. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments of each other. Tazi, are you want to say something?
For people like that in school, only right way to go about getting wife would be if that woman is in the school.
Say it one more time.
The only proper way to go about getting a wife, woman is in the school.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, so being in the school, having the knowledge of the Lord. You understand? Believing what you believe. Go ahead. I mean, you can get her into the school. You can get her into the school. If they don't want to come to, they don't want to. Then they want to put you on child support. Do you okay? If you're okay with that, then marry them. If you're okay with potentially one day being put on child support and her leaving you because it's Tuesday, you want taking your kids away from you. If you're cool with that, if you cool with her, just celebrating Thanksgiving and bringing your kids to all the Thanksgiving parties and all that, then yeah. If you're cool with that, sure. But what else is there to talk about? If she don't want to learn what you're learning and be able to practice the things that you're practicing, then she's not going to be a good wife for you. She's not going to be a good wife. You're going to be in counsel every day. She's going to be a thorn in your side. She's going to be a thorn in your side, right? Yeah, absolutely. You want to make sure that they learn what you're learning because you believe that that's what makes somebody a better person, right? With the things that we're teaching in here, right? Believe that this is what makes someone really loyal, someone faithful, someone loving to each other, right? Yeah. So it's the standard you should hold your woman that you should you want to be with too. That's it. All right. All right. Go ahead. Continue, copy on.
And they shall be one flesh.
They should be one flesh. All right. And that's what it is. Like, y'all are one flesh. Y'all are together. Y'all are bound. Marriage today in the world is why there's so many single parent homes. I mean, it's why there's so many kids that are growing up without fathers, growing up without mothers. They're in orphanages, foster care homes. So many women are traumatized. So many brothers on child support. This is why, because of fake love. You know what I mean? If you care about yourself, you care about your husband or your wife, you care about your children, you would know that you are bound together for life. You should make a decision. You should make sure that this person that you're marrying is believes what you believe, which is in this truth, which is being rooted in this Bible. All right. Let me get let me get First Peter. No, let me get Matthew 18 and 21. All right. That's what you got about marriage, man. Marriage, like in the Bible, your wife is considered your sister. You understand? Your husband is considered your brother. And the same way you would be with your brother and sister is the same way you should be with your husband and wife. So those laws in here about brotherhood, they apply to your marriage too. All right, go ahead and read what I got. What I asked.
It's the book of Matthew.
18, verse 21.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me?
Mm-hmm.
I forgive him.
So how often should my brother sin against me if I forgive him? A lot of times in our relationships, we offend each other all the time. You know what I mean? Husbands offend their wife, wives offend their husband. Right? It just happens. It's inevitable. It's gonna happen. You're gonna offend each other. Everything ain't always gonna be y'all agreeing all the time and being on the same page and wanting the same things. Y'all gonna offend each other. You're gonna do things that you don't like and have disagreements. How often should you forgive each other before you say, you know what, I'm done with this person. I'm done. I'm on a divorce. I'm leaving. How often should you forgive them? Go ahead and read.
How oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? 7 times?
Now Peter is asking, I think this is Peter. Yeah, Peter is asking, he's saying till 7 times. Like, like you want to know, like, how much am I gonna take it in your relationship, right? And some people, it just be, the smallest things that they're going through, and they wonder, how long do I have to take this? How long do I have to go through this? Well, Peter said, well, 7 times. Yeah.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said unto him, I say unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Not 7 times, but 7 times 70. Meaning always forgive them, man. Always forgive each other. Go to each other. Go to each other. If you're offended by each other, go to him. Like he said, like it says in the Bible, go to he and he alone. Right? What it said prior, verse 15, where it said, go to he and he alone. You offended by your wife, you offended by your husband, go to he and he alone. Don't let this offense be the reason y'all fall apart. And now y'all gotta raise a kid in 2 separate households, and and they gotta send them here and send them back here, and then they raise over here, and this person over there feeling on them. You know what I mean? The new man feeling on them, and and molesting them and stuff like that. No, go ahead and see about that brother, see about that sister, and go to he alone. If they hear you, then you gain the brother, you gained your wife, you gained your husband. If they don't, then you take it to counsel. You get counsel. But at the end of the day, how often should you forgive each other? You should always forgive each other. Charity suffereth long and is kind. You understand? Go ahead, drop that. Matter of fact, give me that where I was quoting that at first, where I said let's do trade into some other scriptures. Let me get Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. All right. Let's show right now. So, like, when you look at the situation where you think it's okay for Remy Ma to go be with another man, but this type of stuff happens every day. That's what God thinks about to the Most High thinks about what she did, what she's doing. Go ahead and read. Hold on. Let me see. Start me off with verse 9.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 9, and verse.
No, start off at 10. Yeah, start with 10.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 10. Man, adultery with another man's wife.
Right. So Remy Ma is somebody's wife. That's somebody's wife. You know, she belongs to Pat. We all knew. Everybody knew it. We all knew it. That's just what it is throughout the whole earth. You know that's her wife. That's it. That's his wife. So she of a man that committed adultery with another man's wife. So the man she slept with another man's wife. Go ahead and read.
That committed adultery.
Uh-huh.
The adulterer and the adulteress.
The adulterer and the adulteress. Because this is what adultery is: a married woman having sex with another man, and another man having sex with a married woman. So it says the adulterer and the adulteress. Go ahead. Shall surely be put to death. This is what God said. You don't just decide now I want to go be with somebody else. You don't just decide now I'm gonna go leave my man. I'm not happy. I'm gonna go find happiness with somebody else. I've been digging Jerome, you know, his swag and his personality these last days. I think we can be good together. He makes me happy. You know, the way he talks to me, how willing he is to talk to me, and he don't give me no problems. And every time I want to talk to him, he's always there to hear what I gotta say. He's so patient with me. You don't get to go just be with that person. You shouldn't even be sitting down with that person and having wine and drinking with this person and being. It shouldn't even be the case, because now all of that you talking about that makes him a good man for you is exactly why you're gonna cause yourself to be put to death. Now you've grown feelings for this person. They've grown feelings for you. Well, you're not available. You're not available. But the crazy part is you're gonna get with Jerome because he's so nice and all this and all that type of stuff. And guess what? Later on down the line, he's gonna be not those things anymore. And then what are you gonna do then? You're gonna now say, "Damn, well, you wasn't how I was when I met you." It's just a cycle that keeps going on and on and on and on. Just think about it like kids. Like when you got kids, I got kids, right? The kids go to my damn nerves, right? They all over the place, whatever the case may be. Now, with other people that like Tazi, you don't have no kids. Copy, you don't have no kids. So you get around the kids, and you know what I mean. And you play with them. You probably do more stuff with my kids than I do with my kids, right? How's that so? Because you love my kids more than I love my kids? Go ahead. Why do you think it is that you probably would do more with them than I would? That you like the things you'll do on the K times you do it is more than the times I would do it. The way you embrace them is not how I embrace them. Y'all might not understand this, but this is something common. When people have kids, people who don't have kids. Go ahead. This is the thing. People are always better. You know what I mean? People are always going to be better with people that they're not responsible for. Yeah, when you're not responsible for those kids, it's easy to be like, come on, man, let me take you to McDonald's. Because you don't got it. Because once you're done buying them that McDonald's, you ain't got to buy them McDonald's again and again the next day, the next day after that, the next day. You're going to return them back to their father. You're going to return them back to their father and their mother. And their father and their mother got to be the ones that got to wake them up every day, make them breakfast, make them lunch, make them dinner, clothe them, do all of these things, make sure they go to their doctor's appointments, make sure they go talk to the school about the grades, make sure they get the new toy they want, get this, discipline when they doing wrong, correct them when they doing wrong. But here you go, you just having a good day. You come by and you just, you just got some candy to give out. You just want to give out candy. Hey, y'all want to go play on the trampoline? Because once I do this, I didn't have to take care of these kids all day. And once I do this, I'm gonna be just giving them back. That's how it is. And for sisters, when you looking at your homeboy, or you looking at this man at your job, your so-called work husband, and all these men in the streets that treat you so nice, and all that's because they don't have to deal with you every day. They don't have to deal with you every day. As soon as you leave your husband and go be with that man, and now you're his responsibility, he's gonna be a different too. You understand? Because responsibilities change people. It does something different. It's not just vacations and R&R. You know what I mean? It's suffering for each other, having to deal with each other, which is what real love is. What you have to, which was what goes on in marriages. So you know what I mean? We're thinking like children if you don't see that. If you don't see that. If you don't see that, this person is only nice to you because they don't have to deal with you every day. You go to work and laugh in this person's face all day, and he buy you flowers and have flowers sitting on your desk when you go to work. You think this person loves you. But meanwhile, your husband at home making sure that the bills is paid, teaching you all the lessons you need to know, ready to die for you, take a bullet for you, to help you, to help you raise your kids, took care of the kids for you, was always out in the street with you in jail, took care of you while you was in jail, everything else you could think of. And he need a break sometimes. He forgot to say I love you for last month. He done forgot to say, to do something nice. He's so beat down with just taking care of responsibility. Now you don't think he loves you, but Jerome, he got enough money and enough freedom and less responsibilities where he could just take care of you every time he see you. He could just, do nice things to you, say nice things to you when he sees you. That's not real love, man. You know what I mean? And you'll end up leaving your real person that you really loves you to be with somebody that's just going to be worse. It's not going to be as good as your man was, your husband was. You got your hand raised, Caballero? Say what? That's right. I don't know if sis got kids or not, but she right on point with that. She right on point. You got to give those kids. You got to get those kids back. It's easy to be like, hey, come here, right? With the kid, come here, right? Do all of that, carry the kid. Then you know what? As soon as the baby, what you gonna do? You go get your kid back. You're gonna throw him away. Get rid of him. Here you go. Here go. Yo, this is your responsibility. Oh, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not. Oh, I ain't dealing with no crying. Oh, I ain't changing no diapers. Oh, I ain't about to. Oh, I ain't doing. You get what I'm saying, right? That's what it is. That's what's happening in marriages. These people that's standing on the sideline waiting for you to break up with your man, doing all these nice things for you, is because they don't got to deal with the worst of you. They don't have to deal with the real issue, who you really are, the real responsibilities of who you are. They don't have to deal with it. But your husband does. He does. And as long as he's there, he's a loving husband. He's good, because some sisters are don't need to be dealt with at all. They need to be, like I just told Taziar, they just need to be left alone. So they're not marriage material. They're not wife material. But again, some of these brothers is wifing them up, and they still with them. Excellent, outstanding brothers. I in these days I wouldn't do what they do. You know what I mean? But to have that type of husband, and then you just turn around and then go ahead and just go be with this nigga because he's more popping, which is vice versa too, right? Because at the same time you're looking at him, he's giving you all these good things because he's not dealing with your real life situations, your real responsibilities. But at the same time, right? At the same time, there's things about him you don't even know about. You don't even know about because he ain't showing you, that you don't really know what's going on, what he goes on in his real life outside of work. If you were to be with him every day in and day out, you're gonna find out a little bit more than, damn, this person is a nice person. He just gives me flowers and got good compliments. You'll probably find out some other things about this person that you don't know. All right. The best thing for you to do is just be with the man that you're with, that you laid down with, that you had sex with, that you got babies with. That be with that man. Find out how to become better with each other. A lot of sisters don't know. You can just go to that brother and be like, you haven't told me you love me in so long. Brother might just go ahead and start telling you love him. He loves you every day. Get back to doing it. You know what I mean? When you get caught up in responsibility so much, Sometimes those things you can slip your mind. You could just be so busy taking care of these kids. These responsibilities are hard. You know what I mean? Which again goes to the point of what I'm trying to make is that this is how you know who really loves you. Not by them complimenting you every day. Oh, I love you. Oh, you so beautiful. Oh, here goes get your nails done. Here goes some flowers. That's not necessarily what love is. Love is somebody being with you all the time, staying with you by your side. You understand? Treating you according to what God said you're supposed to treat a person like. You know what I'm saying? According to the law. Not being a liar. That's love. Just run it down. All right. Let's make it make sense for people. Not being a liar. That's love. Right? Not hitting one another. Not a man beating a woman, hitting a woman. That's not love. Hit a woman. You understand? You know what I mean? Like it's not love for you to teach you, some people have threesomes in their relationship. That's not love. They think it's love. Some people think it's love, and when a woman be like, "Oh, for your 50th birthday, it's already in the wrong direction." For your 50th birthday, for your 31st, your 25th birthday, I'm gonna go get us another woman. I'm gonna give you a threesome. That's not love. You think you're making a loving gesture, but you're not. You're gonna destroy your marriage. That's what you're gonna do. So you have to learn what love is according to the Bible to avoid doing the things that destroy your relationship, like being a liar, being having threesomes, sexual deviancy, things like that. Where Caviar? Yeah, I don't know too much about them, to be honest. I don't be. He said you have to deal with them, like Blueface deals with Krishan. So what did you say?
You got to deal with problems how Blueface deals with Christina. She's a real disruptive person.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about their relationship to really speak on that one. I mean, we got to deal with our relationship like General Muhammad did with his relationship. I don't give a damn about no goddamn Blueface. You got to deal with your relationship like Captain Zariak deals with his relationship. Like the men above us and I actually became under God with their relationship. You gotta deal with your relationship, right? Go ahead. What I asked you for? What I got? Give me Ephesians 4:26. I'm bring out a few more scriptures, then we can go ahead and go. But that's all a facade, man. That's all a facade. That he loves me. He loves me. Oh, she pretty. She look good. I'm gonna get her flowers. You know what I mean? He ain't doing you right. You know they be saying, oh yeah, he should be treated way better than that. Oh, I would tell you I love you every day. I would do this for you all the time. I would do this for you all the time. You don't think that her man was doing that in the beginning? Everything that you talking about you're gonna do in the beginning? Because once you get this woman to be with her, you're gonna go to the same, it's gonna get to the same point again where he's at. Because responsibilities take a lot of them out of a person. Love ain't always all about no flowers and candy and I love yous. Go ahead, Taziar.
If a woman leaves her man because of the reasons that you were saying earlier,
He's a liar.
that and
Mm-hmm.
you,
Yeah.
or some examples, all the
Right.
right? If that woman leaves that man, right,
Mm-hmm.
for those reasons,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm not out in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm single now. She's not single, right?
Right. That's correct.
So
Let me get
not
let me get 1 Timothy 5:16. You may continue out.
somebody we can't be like she let the person, so not can screw it. That's not right.
Say it one more time, that last part, because you mixed me up with the first part and the last part.
Because she let that man right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she left him because he's a liar. Let's just focus on one thing. She left him because she's a liar. Okay, go ahead.
And then
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I can't. Right?
If you know that she has a man, right? Do you know she has a man? Yeah, but do you believe that that's possible? So you confusing me. You confusing me because you're straddling along the lines of what they do in the world and what we do in the truth. Like, which one are you talking about exactly? In the world, you can throw a man away because he's a liar, and then you can be with another man. And he can know you. He can. You don't even have to throw a man away for a man in the world to be all over the woman. See what I'm saying? She don't have to get rid of him at all. She can be with him like Remy. Like Remy, hold on, give me a second. Like how Remy is with Papoose right now. They're together, right? And another man will sleep with her, and she's still married. That's how effed up it is in the world. So to the degree of you saying that she throws him away, and the man gets with her, they'll do it when she's with the man. They have no morals, no moral compass in the world. They don't understand love in the world. They don't understand marriage in the world. They don't understand brotherhood in the world. They'll sleep with each other's wives and sleep with another man's wife. They'll do all kind of stuff like that and don't care. Throw a nigga away because it's the 21st of the month. They throw niggas away because it's a certain season, and then they'll go get a man because it's a certain season. Tax season. They go get a man. It's tax season. I gotta get a man, get his tax. Oh, he got a pension check. I gotta be with him. He about to die. I'm about to inherit his money. But it's tax season. I'm gonna get with this woman. She got money. They'll do all of these things in the world. Huh? But in the truth, a woman cannot leave a man because he's a liar. She cannot leave a man because he's a liar. She cannot. If one of us, we would vet a woman thoroughly enough and give it enough time enough to find out that she has a man that's over there thinking that she's thinking that she's her woman, she's his woman, and that she left him because for no reason. And we will find that out. Because we're not just eager to jump into pussy. We're not just eager to meet a woman. Oh, you're so beautiful. You got a man? Oh no, I don't have a man. Oh, cool. Let's just get married. No, we vet women. We send them through fire, put them in the class, have them go through this, have them go through these things, right? So ultimately, you're gonna find out, damn, this woman ain't really serious about being with me, let alone she got a whole nother man somewhere. You'll find out all of those things out because we know how to be able to do that in the ISUPK, men and women. We know how to do that in the UK, men and women. We know how to vet a man, to vet a woman, and to know how to, weed out fake love and weed out fake attraction to these things that are pain. Yeah, we know how to. Yeah, we put them through the trial and then weed them out. We find all of that out. You're gonna find it out. You're gonna find out. You 6 months, 1 year down the line, you still courting the sister, and on the 365th day, some nigga call your phone like, hey, you the nigga that Tasha Mika be talking to? You gonna be like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we been talking for about a year. Man, listen, man, that's my woman, bro. Not this, that, and the third. I'm like, hey, listen, brother. I mean, no sweat. Yeah, she left me because because I lost my job and because I told a little lie too. But that's my woman, dog. And of course, in the ISUPK, we're gonna say, no sweat, brother. You know what I mean? No sweat. We didn't have sex with her, right? We didn't make her our wife. We didn't just jump into nothing. Gave it time because we're trying to really see things and where these things are at. You'll find those things at. Oh, but again, brothers in the world, they'll just have sex with a married woman. They'll their sneaky links. They'll go take her. As long as they'll be with her, they'll say, well, she don't love you no more. She love me. That's right, That's right. I give it time. That's right, Doc. You know what I mean? Because you just like this ain't done these people that come into the truth and leave the truth. Right? So you gotta really try the spirit. You gotta try the spirit. You gotta make sure that this person is locked in. Are you locked in? Oh yeah, the way the Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. You know, some women say that. You know, they'll say concert and Yahweh Shemal and everything else too. They'll come and embrace your culture, and then you give them the rod, thinking that yeah, she's a perfect sister. You give them the rod, and then she back like, you know what, I don't care what nothing about what you want to say. I don't want to hear nothing about what they talking about in this truth. I deserve to be able to have marriage papers. I ain't about to share you with another man. It's completely turned on you. You gotta just know and go through counseling, take time, and let classes sink in, and all this stuff go on. For this goes for women and men to see if this person really is going to be a good man for you. And let Commander Jenny and Hannah give you their hand in marriage. They're not gonna give you they're not gonna give you a woman's hand in marriage that ain't gonna be good for you. They ain't gonna give you a man's hand in marriage that ain't gonna be good for you. So, just trust in that, trust in the process, trust in the Lord, trust in the men above you. All right. But go ahead, Caviar. You had your hands raised? Go ahead. What sister is it? Kanaya Judah ISBK. Go ahead.
What if one rib tells the husband he needs to leave his other rib
because who's not at peace? Okay, first and foremost, a woman cannot tell a man to leave her woman. That's the first and foremost thing. Like you cannot, nobody can tell. The Bible says this. The Bible says the Most High put together, the Most High bring together, no man could put asunder. Meaning, no man can take this apart. You cannot say you cannot be with this woman no more. You shouldn't be with this woman no more. Is that what she has? If you read it again.
what if one rib tells the husband
Mhm.
that he needs to leave?
No, you cannot tell her. You cannot tell somebody, a husband, he needs to leave his wife. That's not love. You understand? Now you can suggest counsel. You do that all the time in RGBK. Seek counsel. Seek counsel. Hey brothers, seek counsel. Get counsel. But you cannot say you should leave your wife. And because of what? Because of what? Keep on reading.
Because they are at peace right now.
Yeah, see, that's the part we need to focus on. Leaving is not going to make peace. Leave. Why are they not at peace? Why are they not at peace? You understand? Like these are the things you got to find out in counsel and fix those things. Just leaving each other is not going to fix it. That's the whole entire reason for this class today. Leaving a marriage and getting a divorce and leaving each other is not the answer to your problems. You know how they say, no matter where you go, you are who you are. Yeah, you're gonna go over there, and it's not gonna be no peace over there. You're gonna go over here, and there's not gonna be peace over there either. You're gonna leave this man because you ain't happy. You ain't gonna be happy over there either. You need to get counsel, and a lot of times, this is where counsel is needed, not leaving each other. All right. Now go ahead and read what I got. Go ahead and read what I got in 1 Corinthians 7:10. Did you already get it from me already? Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10. First Corinthians 7 and 10. All right, so yeah, that's the answer to your question, sis. That's first and foremost. Nobody can tell no man to leave. That's evil. That's an evil thing to do. All right, it's an evil and hateful thing to do. Rib that'll tell his husband to leave his other wife doesn't wants to get left herself. In reality, he's not at peace either. Because what if you think that it's okay to just leave each other for any reason at all, other than something that your life is in danger? Why do you think what makes you a good wife? You know what I mean? What makes you a good wife? Go ahead and read what I asked for. This is the answer to Taziara's question about if a woman leaves her husband. All right. This is another aspect of how we look at that and how it should be. Go ahead, read.
1 Corinthians and verse 10.
Go ahead.
And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord.
Go ahead.
Let not the wife depart from her husband.
Let not the wife do what?
Depart from her husband.
Yeah, you cannot say, hey, you should leave your wife, or leave you, or y'all should not be together. Bible says the wife should not depart from her husband. Go ahead and read. Taziar, right? Like, she said, oh, he's a liar. And they leave the man because he's a liar. She should not leave her because of that. Go ahead.
But if she depart,
But if she does depart, she does leave, right? Because nowadays women are grown. They do what they want to do. Can't stop them. They do what they want to do. They gonna do what they want to do. They don't control you. Don't control them. Their body, their choice. Go ahead.
let her remain unmarried.
Let her do what?
Remain unmarried.
Let her do what?
Remain unmarried.
Let her remain unmarried. So guess what? She may be this man's wife, right? To him, that's his wife. To her, that's not my husband. But to you, that is her husband. And she should remain unmarried. So guess what? She don't have to be with him, right? She don't have to be with him. You departed from him, you left him, no sweat. Nobody else should marry her again. You should not take her. No man should take her. And if brotherhood was the way it was supposed to be, then women would have nowhere to go. They would have nowhere to go but to deal with their relationship. It's like having a car. You in the middle of the highway, and the next gas station ain't for like 50 miles away. What you gonna do? You gonna get out the car and go walk 50 miles, or you gonna figure out how to fix that car so you can get to where you're going? You don't have an option to go buy a new car in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the country. You don't have an option to be like, oh, let me get into this car right here acting up. We'll get into this new car right here, finish my journey. This is the only car you got. It's broke down. There's something wrong with it. You need to get that fixed. You got to fix that car in order to get where you got to go. That's how it's supposed to be in America. If not, then let her wander. Leave the car right there. It's not working. And her, not working for her. Let her walk and roam throughout the wilderness and walk 50 miles until she died of dehydration, trying to get to this fantasy, this pursuit of happiness and the end of the rainbow. Let her take that walk to the end of the rainbow that she's never going to ever get to by herself. Let her not be married. So now she became pregnant as well, right? If you don't like, if she leaves you, she'll never marry another man. None of us would take her. That's how it's supposed to be in the world. It's supposed to be like that all over the earth. Not take her up. That would cause her to go back to her man and fix whatever's wrong there. Because just like the sister asked her, just like the sister question she asked, should she tell her husband to leave her wife because there's no peace? No. The only option is to make peace, to suffer long, to be kind. Go get counsel. Figure out how to make things better to where there can be peace again. Fix that car that is broken. Fix it. Don't throw it away and get rid of it and then go get a new car. Go fix that car. Go ahead and read. Go ahead, Kabiar. What's that? You say we got to do what? Pull the move of what King David did. What do you do? Yeah, that's not what we talking about right now, though. We talking about for a woman that's leaving her man. You know what I mean? We talking about him. What? No one else marrying her. No one else marrying her. No one else taking her up. Because imagine King David was mad. His rib was mad that he was dancing with other women and stuff like that, and his ride was swinging all over the place. She got mad and went and married the nigga down the street. But then she get down the street and talk to the nigga like, "Oh man, yeah, he cheating. He's cheating on me. He with this other girl right now. Yeah, I don't really like him like right now. This and the third." Imagine he was saying, "Oh shit, well, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? Okay, well, I can't help you. I don't know what to tell you." Imagine that. All she had to do was just deal with the situation. But instead, these women now today, you got 1,000 niggas in the world that's absolutely thirsty, have no brotherhood, that they'll oh for real, that's what he did. Oh, he was sleeping with somebody. Oh, he made you mad. Oh man, dang, that's crazy, man. Pulling down their pants, ready to put their rod right in your woman. Go ahead and read. Read it from the top.
Verse 11. But and if she depart,
Mhm.
let her remain unmarried,
Go ahead.
or be concealed to her husband.
Or you can just go back to your husband. You can just be widow, just be unmarried, and just be nobody takes her up, because she's being a kid and don't want to deal with the real reality of a relationship. You know what I mean? And do what it takes to make a relationship what it was what it used to be. And she wants to just leave and throw away everything, even including the kids and the family. But then, so let her be unmarried. Or she can be reconciled to her husband. Go ahead.
And let not the husband put away his wife.
And the same exact thing for your husband as well. Like the sister asks, he cannot put away his wife. Cannot put away his wife. That's not love. Not love for her to leave him. It's not love for him to put her away. It's not love. Okay? Thus saith the Lord. Um, let me get um say what? Let me get Matthew chapter 19, verse 8.
Matthew chapter 19.
8, yep. Mhm. Yeah, that's not real love, man. If you could just throw somebody away because things ain't right, it ain't the way it used to be, then you that wasn't you didn't really love that person. You ain't really love that person. Go ahead, Taziar.
We used to say that that's how things.
Say it one more time.
We used to say like you're not staying together.
Yeah, just say it all the way. Say it. You asking me a question?
No, I mean
Uh-huh.
that's how things are.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's really serious. Nobody's really serious. They believe that falling in and out of love is a thing. It happens all the time. I love a person. You don't love them, you move on. It's like, that's not.
It's a whole different mentality with the scripture.
Say it again.
It's a whole different mentality.
Right. That's a worldly mentality. And that's what we learn. Matter of fact, give me monogamy. Give me the monogamy. No, marriage. I think it is marriage. And give me the definition of marriage. Let me see. I think it is one of those definitions. Okay. Yeah. So give me marriage in ancient Rome. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just send it to you right now. Go ahead. I'm gonna just, all right. Here.
Like introducing these kind of scriptures now, that's gonna be intense.
It is. It is. It is because it's far from what they were taught. It's far from what they knew, and it goes so hard against what they really want. Mhm.
But I can see how somebody would be like, this is
Copy. Let me get a water. All right?
anti-liberal.
Yeah.
This is not.
Says it's not. Yeah, that's why I said it's against what they want. Liberal means freedom to do what you want. Mhm.
Put people on this.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, because when you tell it's like telling the kid they can't have candy.
Right.
You know, it's like telling the kid they can't get that toy that they want. Can't get that toy. Can't go outside. You know, they like, oh man, it really hurt. But
Why not?
these things, if they knew the results of their lifestyle and their culture that they live in, then they would accept this culture we're giving to them right now. Because it's going to be a lot quality for them. It's going to be a lot more quality, a lot better outcomes, a lot less traumatic, right? Going to avoid a lot of trauma in your life, you know, and it's that's the truth, you know. So, you know, it's either you're going to just want to do what you want to do and accept the trauma, fall in and out of love and accept trauma and broken homes and broken hearts, or you can do what God said you to do and accept His culture and have and be a little bit, you know, upset about, you know, not being able to get what you want, but be protected. You know, have good health, have good mental health. You know, not be hurt, not be suffering. All right. So go ahead and read what you got, Copy Art. Nice and loud.
Marriage in ancient Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage in ancient Rome was a fundamental institution
Mm-hmm.
of society and was used by Romans primarily as a tool for interfamilial alliances.
No, interfamiliar. Hold on. Let me go back with alliances.
Roman
Inter familial marriages.
interfamily.
Look that up. You got that?
Says the marriage of state is a diplomatic marriage or union between two members of different nation states or internally between two power blocks.
Right. So like how you see in like the Game of Thrones and stuff, like when they be marrying two people for political reasons and stuff like oh, we join with this house Targaryen, you know what I mean, with House Lance, you know what I mean, Lance or whatever they be talking about in the Game of Thrones. And, you know, they'll rule the 7 realms and have a strong, you know what I mean, bloodline and all this other type of stuff like that. So whatever reason they did it, these Roman marriages is what we have today. You know what I mean? We marry for benefits today. We don't marry for love. We marry for like, okay, if I marry him, then I will inherit this. I'll inherit that. If I marry her, then I'll have this and I'll have that. You see what I'm saying? Like when families marry together, and they say we're going to marry this British family with this Scottish prince, this princess, and they're going to come together, and then we can keep this wealth intact. We can gain more power and more control over more land. That's how we marry today, and it's Roman. It's white culture. Is what it is. When you marry each other for political gain or for some type of gain for yourself. That's why marriages don't end because you're not consummating this marriage on something that's truly valuable, something that's greater, you know what I mean, than tangible things. You're marrying because of money. You're marrying because of you feel he make you feel good or I'm happy. Because then when the land goes away, right? And then when the money goes away, then all the things you married this person for goes away, then now you don't want to be with them no more. All right? None of those things are nothing to do with it. Read. I mean, go ahead. Anyone got a question?
When I got married, I was because I wanted it was financially
Conducive.
beneficial.
Right.
And,
There you go.
and I'm seeing brothers and sisters, they get married, and it's financially.
Yeah.
That's the move.
That's the move.
I mean,
That's it. Most of it is all about finances. It's about wealth. It's about finance and wealth. Go ahead, Tazi. You saying?
it ain't, I mean, like I get like the love and the connection and liking of the partner, but it's not. It's just like Like now we can get a house, we can get
vacations and all that. Yeah, right. Yeah, you know what I mean. And then, like, exactly right. So marriages today are the same as it was for the Romans when they established it. You marry each other for benefit. What you can gain from this person, and then what you never gain is a husband. What you never gain is a wife. You gain money for as long as it stays. You gain this, that, and the third for as long as it stays, but you never gain a husband. You never gain a wife because that's not what you married for. You didn't marry for the privileges of having a husband. You didn't marry for the privileges of having a wife. You marry for wealth. You marry for money. You don't have a wife. You don't have a husband. And then what happens is what we're going to read about next. But go ahead, Kabiar. What you want to say?
Or sisters come up to U.S. citizens, be able to come to U.S. citizens. Only do it for the
That is true. Yep. People marry for citizenship, right? Marry for citizenship. I mean, but most of them, they just blatant about it. They just really tell you, like, listen, I'm just trying to marry so I can get my papers. But you got peoples that I love you, I care about you, you're the best person I ever had. And all I wanted to be was you. And really deep down inside, they just something that you're offering that they want. Something that you have that they want. And as soon as it's gone, they're gone too. As soon as they don't need it no more, they're gone. See what I'm saying? And that's not love. That's fake love. And we get that from the Roman culture, from white culture. And that's the reason why we're 80% of our homes are single parent homes. While we get divorced just as much as we get married. And it doesn't have to be like that. It's getting worse every year. Every year. You go back 50, 60 years, the divorce rate wasn't that high amongst black people, Hispanics, Native Indians. It wasn't that high. You go back far enough, that the single parent homes and households that were headed by only a man and only a woman wasn't a big thing back then. It was not. Go do the research. So why are we acting like that's the thing now and it's acceptable when you don't want to really look into what the real issue is? You don't see the value in how it was back then. Be able to have a man and woman stay together forever. 10, 30, 40, 50 years, die together. Get old and get gray hairs and they've been together. You remember that, right? 50 years they were together. You don't want to know how that was able to work. You understand? You want to accept that it don't happen like that no more because there's something that you've been introduced to that is the reason why that doesn't happen anymore. And it's something that you love so much. And it's selfishness. It's yourself. It's selfish. Those marriages lasted long in those days before because they really loved each other. They ain't have nothing. They ain't have land and a whole bunch of money. We were slaves. We were slaves. All we had was each other. All we had was each other. Didn't matter, for how much we had, how much we didn't have. We loved each other. We went through thick and thin together. We was in the trenches together. We suffered together. We came up together. We ate together. If I got a little bit, we had a little bit together. And they stayed together because it was real. But now it's based on everything else but each other. You look back and it wasn't always like that. You want to say something else, Capiar? Go ahead. Go ahead. Same sister? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
How do we deal with old demons that resurface on the brother or sister in their marriage? One is fighting the other not as hard.
Hold on, you got to read that again. When you come into the truth and old demons come back up again. Okay, go ahead.
One is fighting, other not as hard.
Okay. One is fighting, the other is not as fighting as hard. Okay, says it's just as simple as this. You need counsel. That's just as simple as it is. So you're saying that the demons are coming back up, right? That's what she's saying, right? So read it again.
How do you deal with old demons that resurface?
That old demons that resurface, right? Old demons that resurface. So These are old demons, and they're resurfaced, meaning they were gone for a while. Why were they gone? Let me answer that question. Why do you think they were gone in the first place? Sis? If they're resurfacing, that means that they were gone. They were kept down. But now they're resurfacing. How do you think they were kept down in the first place? What was the reason that they were down? Let her answer that question. All right? Well, other than that, go ahead and continue that article. All right.
Roman marriage was a monogamous institution.
Mm-hmm.
The citizen could have only one spouse.
Hold on. Roman citizens can only have one spouse, which is American. Right? American culture is just like Roman, just like Egyptian culture. They've established all of those empires and established it right here in America. That's why I call it spiritually Egypt, spiritually Sodom. It says, and yeah, in Babylon, right? So again, so it says they only have able to have one spouse at a time. Again, this is white culture. This is not anybody else's culture. No one else practices this culture. This was introduced to us by white society. Go ahead, Caviar.
She said, because we came into keeping the laws and commandments.
Right. Keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's all she said. Okay, I'll take that answer. That's how we were able. Go ahead. What you want to say? You want? Yeah. You came into the truth, right? And you were able to fight those demons with the law, with the teachings, with the counsels. That's how you were able to suppress them in the first place. They're still there, right? But before you came into the truth, they was like this, hanging out, chilling, you know what I mean? Shooting cars, playing dice. Them niggas was, you know what I mean? Them niggas was out here. It was in these streets, like, hey, bro, when you ace down. You know what I mean? But then you came into the truth and put them in check. You started getting in these classes, learning the truth, learning the laws, learning the statutes, learning the commandments, and those things help you to now see the demons, to now recognize your demons. Now you're able to recognize them. Now you're able to fight them. How do you fight them? By applying the laws, applying the statutes, applying the commandments. And then also you have to go and get counsel. You know, you had to mess up and realize, damn, I did what I wasn't supposed to do again, whatever that demon is. Say if it's a smoking demon. Came into the truth, you learn what's supposed to smoke, put away the cigarette. Now, after a while, you start smoking again. Well, when you start smoking again, you're supposed to go get counsel. You're supposed to get reminded of the things that are unlawful to you. You're supposed to get counsel, get correction. You understand? So if one is helping, the other is not helping. That person that is helping could be the person that give that person the strength that they need to get the counsel. You understand? To get them in counsel, so we can have some more people to help you to help fight those demons. Right? No different than if you have a brother. If I have a brother and he has a smoking addiction, and I'm trying my best, but he's not trying as hard as I am to help him. What is the next step that we do? Right? Get them help. Right? We get them the help. I'm just talking about in the world, for instance. Like we would take somebody to a drug rehab center. You know what I mean? We'll take, hey man, listen, we'll have some kind of intervention. Right? That's what we do in the world. We'll take them to the rehab center, you know, take them to have an intervention. All of their loved ones, people that they care about, come to them, and all of them are saying the same thing, that you have a problem. You know what I mean? And now they have to be fought with the reality of that. Damn, these people that I look up to, that I care about, are telling me that I have a problem, and I don't want to let them down. I see it now. I don't want to let them down. In the truth, that's the Isupk. That's the counsel. The counsel is the rehab. The counsel is the counsel. The counsel is the intervention. It's all of those things. You get them in the counsel. Get them in the counsel. You can't help them. They're not helping themselves as much as they need to. That's a part of marriage, man. And if you do that, then you're doing something with a lot of spouses in the world are failing to do, and why a lot of marriages in the world don't last. Because at this time, when you start to see these demons show their ugly faces, like I talked about earlier, that's when you walk away. That's when any regular person will walk away. But this person wants to get help from this person. They're helping them. Not only are they helping them, they want to know, they're inquiring how to really get this done, because I'm trying to help them. They're still being alive. Still alive. Every day they're lying every day, and I keep trying to help them to not lie. What do I do? Well, you shouldn't leave them. You shouldn't leave the person, right? You're doing the right thing. You're trying to help them, and at the same time, you're inquiring from others on how to help. Now you're getting the answer. Go to counsel. Get that person in counsel, and in that counsel, those things are going to be made manifest. 9 times out of 10, that demon is going to be suppressed again. There's going to be things that are going to be set in order within counsel. It's going to cause this person to not be a liar, to stop lying so much, stop being an adulterer and having sex with whores. You know what I mean? Or stop, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, whether you're a man or woman, whatever those demons are, is going to be fought. Things are going to be put in order with wise counsel. Go ahead, copy on.
We should like say if you're like, you're trying to help them get better and stop smoking, but then they're not. Like a time you just like say, okay.
There's a time come when you should not help them. Taziar, precept. Give him a hand. Not, I mean, what you mean? What it is? That's it. That's it. Charity suffereth long. You know what I mean? If this person is doing something and they're not being the right way, you don't give up on them. You don't give up on them. You don't stop forgiving them, because again, the same thing you might be talking about might not be a drug addiction. It might be somebody lying to you all the time, right? It might be affecting you. Well, guess what? You have to suffer long. You have to take them to counsel. Go to counsel. Forgive them. Give everything 7 times, 70 times 7. Suffer if long. Still be kind. But I'm about to say, give them a hand. I mean, that's the greatest point I can make today in class. I mean, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? You haven't been perfect. We haven't been perfect as a people. Most High, you know, he was angry with us so much for so long, and we were just still serving other gods and still doing the same thing we wasn't supposed to do. And he still was kind to us. He still kept his covenant with us. We still remain his chosen people. He didn't say, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna pick a new chosen people. I'm gonna get a new chosen people now." No, he kept us as his chosen people. Christ himself, right? Another example, right? Christ came to die for us. He gave his life for us and was patient with us, taught us, bared all of our iniquities, and bared all of our efforts and mistakes. You know what I mean? And he still died for us. So why can't we have that same kind of love? Why does our love have to be fall in and out and we can just move on to somebody else? When the Most High in Christ didn't love that kind of way. The Most High in Christ didn't love us that way. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Yeah, so just read that last part, all right?
Roman marriage is an anonymous institution. Could have only one spouse at a time.
At a time. That's it. One spouse at a time. You know what I mean? That's what we have in America today. But it doesn't say one spouse forever. It doesn't say one spouse forever. It says one spouse what? At a time. That's it. So, it's no real love here. We learning love from these people, white people. And they marry each other for wealth. And then, as soon as they want another wife or want to be with somebody else, they'll just throw this one away and go get another. And that's what we learned today. And that's not our culture. We got to learn how to suffer long for each other, because that's what love is. That's what Christ taught us. That's what the Most High taught us. That's what real love is. Before you think about a reason you should leave somebody, think about the reason they should leave you. Then recorrect yourself. And then maybe the things will start to pan out more better in your relationship. Get the counsel that you need and the help you need. And things can go past being hateful and bad for each other and be back and being good for each other. With that, we'll pass the class over to Troop Precinct Officer 50 Taziar. All right, clap it up.
The Isupk security announcements. We got the Isupk started out of 1 West on 25th Street out of New York. Look for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister they're off limits for 6 months. There to be something. They're here to set themselves of the world.
They're here to do what?
Shed themselves of the world.
They're here to shed themselves of the world. You got to come up in the Isupk. You got to learn your culture. You got to unlearn this white culture learning that you could just, you know, love somebody for all the wrong reasons and throw them away, you know, for all the wrong reasons too. You come up in here and you shut yourself of the world. You learn the truth according to who you are to be a better individual yourself, to be a better man, be a better woman, be a better husband before you get with a woman, to be a better wife before you get with a man. Come up in here and we allow you time to shed yourself for the world. Go ahead and read. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person,
Mm-hmm.
he or she must get permission.
Hold on, wait. Did we pass the part where it said they must be saluted only? Read it from the top.
We got the ask 5th Street, Harlem, New York.
Go ahead.
Rule for new brother and sister.
Rule for new brother and sister. And we read this after every class. Every class. So when we talk about marriage, this is what our marriage is built on right here. We make sure to read this every class because we know what it takes to have a strong marriage. We know what it takes to have to gain real love, to know what real love is. We know what it is in here. Unlike your Christian church, unlike your what you regurgitate in your friendships and your families. We know what it means in here. Go ahead and read.
When brother or sister comes into the school, they are
off limits. Go ahead.
For 6 months.
Go ahead.
They are to be saluted.
They'll be to saluted only. You want to know why? Because when you sit down with a brother, you sit down with a sister, you talk to them, and you in their face every day, you're going like, you're gonna like them. You're gonna start liking them. Then the next thing you know, you're gonna start gaining feelings, and the next thing you know, you might do something you're not supposed to do, that you're not ready to do. Is something premature, like marry each other, and you're not even ready to be married. You don't even know each other. You don't know nothing of each other. You're just looking at her eyes and looking at her skin, looking at her voice, and looking at his muscles and that beard, and that fourth dimension is hitting your nose, you all up in his face. So we say they ought to be saluted only. They're off limits. Get out of their face. Get out of each other's face. Why? Go ahead.
They're here
because they're here to learn how to be a better man. That's why. You can't learn how to be a better man. You all in your face every day trying to slack his sir and then you all up, hey sis, hey shalom sis, what's good with you? Hey, get out of each other's face. They are off limits to be saluted only, so they can shed themselves of the world, so they can learn how to be a better man. They're here to learn how to be a better man. Do you want this man right now the way he is, or do you want him to become a better man? Then come see about him. Do you want this woman to be a better woman and to be a better wife, or do you want to just take them right now and then deal with whatever you got to deal with, or later pull them up later when they're a better woman? Come on, man. This is why we have successful marriage in the UPK. We have successful marriages in the UPK when you follow these rules. Go ahead and read.
They need transportation.
If you need transportation, the teacher will arrange. We don't need brothers. Just any old brother getting the sister and go taking her home. And on the way home, he putting on pretty Ricky. You know what I mean? He in the car. He putting he stopped by the store. He got to go pick up his favorite drink. You know what I mean? Take a little run by my mama's house right quick. Just to spend time and do a little flexing, so she can get to know him a little bit. He can get to know her. We do these things according to what we know to be knowledgeable and more and wow. So as a camp leader, we set up certain things to be done so we can make sure that we're keeping these brothers and sisters, that we're guarding their soul, that we're setting them up for success. Each one of them, not just the sister, but the brother too. Right? Go ahead and read.
After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister.
Now, after some time that you go on and you start to really become a better woman, you start to really, start applying teachings, start fighting those demons that you got deep down inside. You become a better brother. You start applying these teachings and start fighting those demons you have, dealing with those traumas. Your camp leaders, they understand the things that you're dealing with as a sister, the things you're dealing with as a brother, right? Then when it comes down to you having an interest in someone, what do? You just go start talking to them. Oh, you got to go to get permission. Why is that? Because if you get permission from me, because I know the things that you're dealing with as a man, and I know the things that she's dealing with as a woman. I'm gonna say, you know what? This sister is. I know she's. I know this thing she's dealing with. She's not ready to marry yet. She's not gonna be a good wife for a brother yet. The things that I know that he's dealing with, I'm gonna deny it. I'm gonna deny him speaking to us because I know that thing that he's dealing with. I know the real him. I counsel him every day. I see him and talk to him. I know who he really is, and I know, according to my wisdom, that he's not ready to be a husband. He's not gonna do right by a woman. So they'll be denied and have some more time to check themselves in the world to be strong, right? Exactly. Go ahead and read. But they're not getting what it says that, you know what? At the 6 month person I had to speak.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other.
Now, just imagine they do come to you to speak to each other, get permission, and then this brother I know has been an excellent brother. He fought his drug addictions. You know, he got he got these things under control. He's become better financially. You know, he's controlling his ride. You know what I mean? He ain't out here having sex with random women. He's able to, be reserved, and all of these things that he's dealing with he's become way better, way consistent in being righteous. And this sister as well. I know this sister. Her camp leader knows her, or her camp leader knows him, and he knows that this brother has been excellent at fighting his demons and become way better. Now what? Do they get permission to marry each other now? Or do they get permission to do what? No, next part. To court each other. So now after this point, you don't just get permission. Oh yeah, you doing good. Y'all can marry each other. No, you're getting permission to court each other, because after the hard part, which is fighting your demons, then you got to do the part of preference. Maybe this system might not be the best system for you, but we got to get the bottom things out of the way first. Are y'all gonna be loving to each other according to the basic things? Are you gonna lie to her every day? Are you gonna bring her diseases every day? Are you gonna give him hell every day, sis? Are you gonna be, the traumas that you're dealing with? Are you gonna use that to throw him away and go be with somebody else, like you've always, like your track record has shown in your time outside of the truth? Once we get those things strong, then we got to know the preferences, because guess what? A sister may be dealing with trauma. You know what I mean? Now, brother, are you going to be able to deal with these traumas? Are you going to be able to comfort this sister and counsel her every day? Because marriage ain't just about sex. I mean, I don't know if they understand that in the world. I'm sure they don't, because they just marry all day, every day, like it's nothing. But you have to prepare to marry this sister. Her trauma. His brother's trauma. He may have been. You got to be able to deal with this sister and deal with her traumas and counsel her and comfort her. Know how to deal with her. Know how to handle her. She's delicate and tender. Are you willing to deal with that? That's what you find out in courtships. This man, he wants to have 10 kids. He want to have 10 kids. Some sisters is absolutely turned off by that. Oh no. I just want like 1 or 2 kids. I just want like 1 or 2 kids, and that's a deal breaker. I'm not trying to bear all these children. And that's a deal breaker. These are preferences. You know what I mean? And that could be a reason why you don't get married in that courtship. Because at the end of the courtship, when you go ahead and read it again, go ahead and continue. Go ahead.
Without this kind of guidance, that's the reason why we don't have why we're dysfunctional.
That's right, That's right, That's right. You understand? That's right. Where you know what I mean? Right.
Because we don't
have this type of order and guidance.
Most of the people, we don't have nobody to tell us this.
That's right.
I know before.
Right. Absolutely. That's it. That's it. Go ahead, Caviar.
So you don't have a time to what's the time? Because you don't have
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, the red flags. You know, this is a red flag can be. You know, I wanna have more than one. Have, you might be marrying a woman. She's 50 years old. She having menopause or something like that. It's dangerous for her. So you got to accept that you're not gonna be able to give her children. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be wise. So if you want kids, she's not gonna be the one. You know what I mean? Whatever the case, may be, there's many different things. Those are the so-called red flags that you're talking about. You know what I mean? Because at this point we already gotten to the point past for the iniquities. You know, because we've already shedded yourself of the world to be able to get permission to support each other. So right now it's just about preferences. You know what I mean? Like, this, is this person going to be, some women they want text messages every day. I want to get text messages. You want to text me every day? You got to ask those questions in that question. Do you believe in this? Are you going to take me this? Or how often am I not going to see you? Do I have to live with you? Do I have to live with your other wife? You know what I mean? Do I have to live in the same city? I'm not going to be able to be with you every day. You know what I mean? Like, you got to lay it out straight and flat. You can't be blinded by, box and rod and good looks and fourth dimension. You know what I mean? That time fire. You got to be with a clear mind. Ask these questions and put them out there because these things are why we in relationships in the world. Because we don't ask these questions, and these things arise, and then that's why we are blindsided and we throw each other away. So again, you get permission to court, you go over those preferences with each other, then what? Taziar?
After sister will get permission from the head to marry.
Now, after they court each other for 6 months, then they just go ahead and marry.
Will get permission.
Why? Right, because we are the shepherds. We are the shepherds. We're like the gates to protect you, to make sure you're good, to make sure you're doing everything that you're supposed to do because we're stupid. We're retarded. We're dumb. We are. You know what I mean? Like the kind of counsel we get in the world on how to choose a man, how to choose a woman, what love is ridiculous. And that's why we always end up with divorce notes and STDs and trauma, criminal domestic violence, child support. You know what I mean? Criminal domestic violence. Being ended up with single parent homes. That's why 5 kids, 5 baby daddies, 3 baby mamas. And they all sleep with different men, and your child is getting molested by the new spouse. He's molesting your children over there at the new house. That's why all that happens because you don't have this type of leadership. So after you court and all of these other processes, you still got to get permission to marry because now we're going to go through the phase of, okay, well, the sister, have you guys spoke about this? Have you spoke about that? No, did you let the brother know about this, that, and the third? Did you let the sister know about this, that, and the third? Because again, we know you. We know what's going on for real within you as a person. We know what's going on with you as a child. Like you're our own kids, like a father knows his children. Right. So did you let them know about this? Okay. What is so? Tell me some of the things that you don't that are deal breakers for the both of you. Like the things that we're going to consider and ask and kind of fully check this union, right? Before we say, okay, then this is you guys are good to go. Because when that happens, that marriage is going to last forever. Yes, that marriage is going to last forever. When you get that final okay from the wise men above you that know the both of you, that marriage is going to last forever. That's real love. That's how you find real love. That's how you maintain real love and stay together forever. And that's why in the Isupk, our marriages last forever. At a 100%, 95, 99% rate. Opposite of the world where you got 99% divorces. Understand? It's absolutely opposite. You know what I mean? Go ahead and continue, all right?
Ties, commandments.
Mm-hmm.
In the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. In the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. My Shirah means cent in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase in location. Give to the treasury department. Priest fund. Bring an offering to priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming holy convocations. Day of Atonement. This takes place on the 10th day of the 7th month, which is Sunday, the 24th of 2023. You can find this in Leviticus 23, verse 24. Remind Tony brother wants to be true in the school, they're required to wear all black. That includes boots, head, and scarf. All
right, I'm gonna leave it at this, man. Everybody say they want real love. But if you want real love, then you will go through these processes we brought out today in this process. Go shed yourself in the world. You know, get permission to speak. Get permission to court. Get permission to marry from these men above you, and you'll have an excellent marriage. If you don't follow those rules, you break those rules. Lord be with you. Many men have done it. Many women have done it, and they end up in counsel. Counsels every day. Opposed to someone who does follow all of these rules and these procedures, who are not in counsel as well. This is minor counsel. I mean, sparse counsel, if any. But they always stay together forever. All right. With that, Amaji. I'm trying to face the east and do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Abanawa. Shabbat
Shemayim. Kadash.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Yahweh. Zayka.
Hayah. Aisha. Baratiza. Kawa. Hayah. Shemayim. Watalanaw. Makam. Ka. Wa. Salakanaw. Kawa. Kaslatin. Watina. Wallah. Tabi'anaw. Manisai one. Abba. Awashanaw. Mayan. Kaya. Ka. Malakwa. Para. Amon. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, will be done in earth. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Is the kingdom and the glory forever. Be it. So I'm trying to face the Frank. Sisters may be seated. We're gonna do one courtesy for all our brothers. Individual, Adam Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh. So, sisters, they stand. Imagine. One courtesy for the sisters. Individual, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Allah Tabah Shah. Class dismissed.